the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
And that concludes our show for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Tomorrow morning, I will be getting up extra early to do this stream. Thank you again. I will see you all soon. Peace. I am out. Good night, baby. Let me. Man, can you turn your light off? I guess it's hard for me to sleep like this.
I'm almost over this chapter. I got about 30 more minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
I can't sleep. Oh, all right.
A few moments later.
Babe, I mean, it's been 10 minutes. Can you please shut it off? I got to wake up early in the morning.
I have about 20 more minutes on this chapter. This is my only time to read.
I understand, but I have to get up early in the morning. Can you just read in the morning? I mean, I have a lot I have to do tomorrow.
Didn't you just get a sleep mask?
You know what? You right.
Use it.
Manta sleep, baby.
I don't know how you sleep with that thing on.
It's actually comfortable. Pitch black. I don't have to worry about your light. I'll be able to sleep just fine.
Well, enjoy it. It looks good on you.
This actually feels good. Oh, good night, baby.
Good night, love you.
Love you too. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Manta Sleep. The link to the website is in the description of this video. Make sure that you use promo code TDPHINSTALK. That is TDPHINSTALK. Again, make sure you check them out. Supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. If you can't sleep when it's bright, these masks will turn out the light. Manta Sleep, check them out. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Once again, here on Saturday before noon, we are live, and I want you all to meet Miami Dolphins cornerback Cam Smith. He can save our franchise, and I am about to explain why in this stream. Last night, I know that a lot of Dolphin fans had a lot of mixed emotions, including myself. I'll be the first person to tell you I definitely had mixed emotions because we all had expectations that were a little bit different than the ones that than what we decided to do as a team, okay? We had expectations of a tight end, maybe some offensive line help because we felt like it was just a great need. But pondering, sitting back, thinking about it, I have to actually tell you all that Cam Smith's his pickup might be a franchise-saving pickup. And again, I'm not trying to sell you on anything, but this might be a franchise-saving pickup, and I'm going to explain to you why. First and foremost, I want you to meet the kid. I want you to know who we have as a player. Cam Smith, from all of the work that I've done, all of the little bit of film that I've seen so far, he's a shiesty guy. He's nasty, okay? What I love the most, in a good way, of course. What I love the most is he actually gets a stamp that we don't have many of on this team. And I always tell y'all about this stamp. That stamp is that stamp of being a dog. We ain't got, man, and listen, get mad all you want. We ain't got enough dogs on this team. You got a lot of good passive players, but he gets that dog certification. He is a dog, okay? And again, in a good way, because some people don't understand the lingo, okay? He is definitely a dog. He gonna get nasty. He gonna get gritty. He gonna get aggressive. Of course, I believe there's still some improvement that can be made in the run game, and that's where coaching comes in at. But he is definitely a dog. And what the Miami Dolphins have been doing this offseason has been going to get dogs. Ramsey, dog. Long at linebacker, dog. Elliott, dog. And now you add Cam Smith, who is a dog. Playing with attitude, grit. That's what you want. Successful cornerbacks need that dog in them. About 90% of all great corners have that dog in them. Now, I'm about to say something that's controversial that some of y'all ain't gonna like, but I never felt like Xavien Howard had that dog in him. He's just a good ball hawk. It's just my opinion. Get mad at me all you want, okay? I mean, we got a kid who's fast, 4.43 if I'm not mistaken, just absolutely can fly, great instincts. And a lot of people have been saying this today, which is true, but I have a different outlook on it. But we got a lot of cornerbacks now, so if somebody gets hurt, that's a great thing. Great thing. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that what made Cam Smith a star in college was his 2021 season when he was a top 10 player in the league. His 2021 season. Truth be told, he actually regressed in 2022. This previous season, he actually regressed a little, but what put him on everybody's radar was his 2021 season. Okay? But he has some notable matchups that he locked down some top receivers in college. And that's where you make a name for yourself. Now, I want to get straight to the point at hand of how can this kid save our franchise. I want to get straight to that point. Y'all already know how I feel I've been very mad at our team because I need us to prepare and make decisions for our future. I've been saying that for 2 years now. We're screwing our future. No moves we're making is for our future. We're just spending money, spending money, spending money. Wilson and Noah probably getting moved today. Yeah, that would be nice. But let me stick to this point. I keep on banging the table about our future, right? I mean, there's no question that we hope that Cam Smith can be our future. But what people need to understand as they continue to yell out here and say, oh, we're going to have him in the slot, that may not necessarily be the case. I'm not sure as of today how much he'll be utilized this season, as I believe that the Dolphins drafted him to be the backup behind Xavien Howard and Jalen Ramsey. Not so much the slot, even though he has that experience and can play there, because you got too many guys that you already have battling for a slot position. But this is where I feel like he can save the franchise. I just put 2 and 2 together. Somebody's on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Guess who's on the clock? Guess who's on the clock? Guess who's on the clock? Put it in the comment section. I know you know. Guess who's on the clock right now? You know who on the clock right now. I've been telling y'all we should have been got our value in a trade for him. He is officially, finally on the clock. And the reason why Cam Smith can save our future is because if Cam Smith can come into training camp and play at a high level, and he can go through this season and prove that he can be our starting corner on the boundary, Xavien Howard will not be a Dolphin next year. Next year, Xavien Howard will still have 4 years on his contract with $27 million of dead cap. That's $6 million per year. $6.5 million per year. We can eat that dead cap, because what that'll also do every year is save us $19 million off of the $25 million he's getting almost every year. It would save us almost $19 million every year if Cam Smith can ball out and make this team trust him to take Xavien Howard's role. Cam Smith will be our starting corner next year for peanuts, second round pick. And we will be able to save $19 million going forward for the next 4 years instead of paying Xavien Howard. We would save $19 million per year. The only problem is if he can do that. Can Cam Smith come in and play at an acceptable enough level in 1 year to where he can relieve us of what the money we're definitely going to need going forward? Because if he can, I actually have faith that we can bounce back in 2026, because that $19 million each year is moving in the right direction. That's one of those big contracts that we got to figure out a young guy to be able to replace instead of going to pay another guy 20 plus million. I want y'all honest answer, not just to sell him because he a Dolphin. Do you think Cam Smith has what it takes to impress enough? He ain't got to be X. But do you think he has what it takes to be 70% of a prime Xavien Howard, just 70% of a prime Xavien Howard in year one, to where they feel good about moving on from X next year? Do you think he has what it takes? Put it in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Because if he can do this, he can single-handedly start the process of saving our future and alter the conversation of all in now. This guy single-handedly can do that. Can alter the entire conversation. I know it's just one guy and it's one contract that'll save us $19 million, but that's where you got to start. That's where you have to start. And I'm going to be honest with you, after looking at some of the tape and stuff like that, I'm nervous. I don't want to be wrong and I don't want to get ahead of it, but I can't believe I'm finna say this because you know me. You got to prove it first, but I think the kid might be able to, man. Let me see. I'm trying to stay away from the jitterbug. You know how I fan out. But I think he might have the talent to be able to help us move on from Xavien Howard. I do. I'm so tired of being wrong on this team, so I'm so nervous about it. I'm so tired of being wrong because we failed already in this arena. Noah Igbenogany. He was supposed to already have helped us move on from X. We were supposed to have gotten a first-round pick and a little bit more for X by now. And we couldn't because we failed. But can we do it now? And can we potentially get a third or fourth round pick for Xavien Howard next year? Which brings draft capital back to us. Cam Smith single-handedly has the ability to save this team money for years to come and help us get some draft capital back. Ain't the same draft capital we would have got 3 years ago if y'all would have listened to me, Dolphins, and moved on from X, because I'm trying to tell you. But I believe that this is the move right here. If it works, it's genius. It's genius. But is that asking? Yeah, I already know the answer to that. It's asking for a lot, y'all. You have to understand that is asking for a lot. Some of y'all may be higher and be like, no, it's not. It's asking for a lot. It's basically saying, hey, Cam Smith, you got to come in and ball at a level that makes them feel good about next year. Thanks for your service, Xavien Howard. We are getting off of that contract. And maybe they trade him and it's even better for us. And if they don't trade him, they could release him and only have $6 million of dead cap for the next 4 years, 6, 6, 6, and 6. But it also saves us $19 million. And what we paying Cam 1.5, $2 million a year being a second round pick. That's a net of about $17 million a year of cap space that you save now. So I believe this was the right move. Again, because Chris Grier is going into the future, looking to make sure that we're not a complete train wreck for the future. So with that in mind, it's the perfect pick. The only thing that was really bothersome is that most of us were under the impression that they have scrapped the whole future outlook and they're trying to win now. But if this kid can fill that role, then that means he's helping us win now and he's giving us flexibility for the future. I am telling y'all, get mad all you want. That is a big ask. But this is where I'm going to defer to what I hear from y'all all the time. Trust the process and believe that Fangio can do that. Believe that this staff can help Cam Smith be that dude in the NFL. And I know he's had some comps to Sauce and all of that. If he can be that, if he can rookie year it and be a comp to Sauce, thank you. I was about to say, thank you, Jesus. Oh my gosh. It's what we need. Somebody said, please, Cam Smith, don't be a Preston Williams. Wow. Bro, I'm excited about our new running back. That dude is a blur. I'm going to actually do a video in a few minutes on the running back as well, but I had to do the Meet Miami Dolphins cornerback Cam Smith. He can save our franchise video because The running back, great pickup, but it doesn't have the same implications that Cam Smith has. He doesn't have, because we're going to continue to run the ball by committee, regardless. I do not see our running back just all of a sudden becoming a 3-down back workhorse. That ain't even how we trying to build this thing. We're going to always go by committee. So, but Cam, there's a lot riding on Cam. And that's what Dolphin fans need to realize. There is a lot riding on Cam Smith. Because that's the vision. There can't be no other vision. That's the only vision they can have. It's the only vision they can have. Cam Smith has long arms and he's aggressive. Chris Johnson, the scouting report says otherwise. That's some of the knocks on Cam Smith. He's small. Do you know that he's in the 8th percentile, which at his position? That means 98% of all corners are larger than him. And his arms are not that long. That's what the scouting report has for him. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I read that wrong. But yeah, you said his long arms and he's aggressive. I know he's aggressive, but I thought the scouting report actually said his arms aren't long. Okay. Wouldn't it be 92nd, 92%? No. I think his height, he was like 8th percentile. Not the top 8 percentile. And maybe I'm tripping here, but it's not the top 8 percentile. He's an 8 percenter. 92% are bigger than him at the position. 92% are bigger than him. Billy Batson said, pessimistic TD off today. This is me, bro. This is what I give you. This is a reality. This is how I feel. This is what I believe. And there's so much riding on this pick. I have no choice but to be optimistic until I have evidence that would show otherwise. Now, you take us into training camp and I'm out there watching him getting burnt all day. That's when the pessimism starts to creep in, as it should. Listen, I've always kept it fair. So when I'm being pessimistic, there's a reason why. I have evidence in my face to be pessimistic about something. I have a little bit of a sample size that wasn't favorable. And if you give me a sample size that's nothing but favorable, then I'm optimistic about you. It's the way it's supposed to be. Okay? He's 189, not 180. Okay. Well, yeah, because the report says 182, so there could be some discrepancies. We'll get the real. And at the end of the day, he about to give it the NFL trainers. A lot of this stuff is going to adjust. He's about to be with the NFL trainers, so a lot of this stuff will be adjusting. Okay? Phil, X wasn't 100% himself. Hear me and hear me well, Dolphin fans. At some point, we have to stop using this narrative for Xavien Howard. He wasn't 100% himself. He was actually laboring an injury. How many times do I have to say this fact on camera? Can you remember a time where Xavien Howard hasn't been 100%? Has been 100% of himself and not laboring an injury? I mean, at this point, it's the norm. So stop saying he's not himself. It is himself. Himself is laboring an injury. His whole career, he's had one healthy season. His entire career. He is himself. So when he's playing through an injury, he's himself. Growing injury all year, he's himself. Like, man. What am I supposed to do with the fact that what did they tell us in preseason last year? This is the healthiest Xavien Howard has ever been. And we end the season and he labored a growing injury the whole season. He's himself. Man. Never mind. I'll leave it alone. So he's on the clock. And his contract, it means he's on the clock. And his contract also gives us outs. And at max, he has 2 years. At max, he has 2 years. 2 years at max. So I'm just going to put it like this. The better Cam Smith is, the less time Xavien Howard has. It's that simple. TD has been trying to get rid of X for 5 years. You better know it. Yes, I am the one rare guy in this community that been trying to get rid of X for 5 years. Because guess what? For 5 years, what have we gotten as a result of having a Pro Bowl player? I told y'all, why are we paying a guy while we're going through a rebuild? And as soon as we finish rebuilding and we're ready to compete, he's going to start going downhill and having his struggling years. Have I not been 100% accurate on that? Somebody help me here. Have I not been 100% accurate on that? Yes or no? You done paid him for 4 years while we were rebuilding, weren't ready to win a championship. And when you're ready to compete, he has his worst season just about last year. But these are the things I get killed about. These type of takes are the ones I get killed about. And then when we look forward 2, 3, 4 years later and that take was correct, nobody remembers the take. They just know I was an idiot then, and then they stopped watching or they dogged me. These are the takes I get the most attacked about. And when we look forward years later and the take was spot on, they already done built the narrative in their head. This guy don't know what he's talking about, and they don't even remember. Like, there's people that come at me right now. There are people that stop listening to me that don't like me because of my take on Xavien Howard 2 and 3 years ago. And today, anything I post, I've been stopped listening to this guy. And if you ask them, why did you stop listening to him? They won't even remember it was because of my take on X. They'll just say, because he always spewing foolishness. It's been locked in their head. But if they go back and remember why they didn't like me or why they dogged me, they'll see the take was 100% accurate, but it don't matter. It's already built in. This guy don't know what he's talking about. He's an idiot. The Dolphins were injured at that position. That crippled X more. So X is dependent on everything around him. Well, I've been telling you that. That's what a ball hawk need. He need to be able to rely on everybody else so he can take chances. Because when everybody else ain't playing great or he ain't got the starters out there, he can't take those chances, but he still do, and that's why he get burnt. That's why I tell y'all all the time, I'd rather a great cover corner than a ball hawk. How many games have we watched last year where I said X been getting burnt all day, then gave up 2 touchdowns, then gave up all these first downs, and as soon as in the fourth quarter he get 1 pick, it's all forgiven for y'all, and we don't even get a touchdown out of it. Oh, X got the pick. No, he got toasted today. Interception, it probably didn't even matter. Several games you said that. Y'all know, man. Those who actually watch this channel on a consistent basis, y'all know every time I come with, I don't just spew stuff. I don't just hate somebody. I at least tell you exactly why I feel the way I feel and why I believe what I believe. And we let time tell us whether or not I'm right. And I'm not expecting to be right about everything. But some of the things that I've gotten the most flack and the most hate about, I have been 100% on the money. I have been 100% on the money for the things that I get the biggest flack on. Facts. Cam likes to bait just like X and is a ball hawk as well. And I agree. But guess what? The difference between Cam and X, Cam ain't got an injury history like that. He done had a few knickknacks, but he ain't got an injury history like that. Fairly stayed healthy his entire college career. And that's what we also going to be banking on. That's what we're also going to be banking on. Chris Johnson said, "You're never right." Okay. Another one of my critics, but I just explained an entire thing where it's been a fact. I told you exactly what was going to happen with Xavien Howard. And if you want to deny that I wouldn't write about it, Chris, then stop commenting in the comment section just to be divisive. This was a low-key solid pick. Low-key solid, but one of the best picks in franchise history if he can deliver and help us with, I mean, he can help us with cap, he can help us with play, all of that. Concussions and hamstring is nothing. First of all, he missed 2 games. He missed 2 games, if that's what you're talking about. He had 2 head injuries, but he missed that week, and that was it. Nothing led to an extensive amount of time. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't really worry so much about injuries that lead to 1 game absence. I worry about the injuries that lead to multiple games. That's what I worry about. The injuries that lead to multiple games. Why are we so bad at drafting, TD? We're not absolutely horrible at drafting. We've just had some big misses in areas that we needed to hit. Like we missed that tight end and we needed to hit. We missed that corner and we needed to hit with Noah and we didn't. That's what's actually happening. We missed that nose tackle and we needed to hit with Raekwon, but it didn't. We needed to hit at left tackle and we kind of missed with Austin Jackson. So we had to pay Teron Armstead. So but we also hit on some really good things. We hit at receiver with Waddle. I believe we hit at safety with Holland. We hit in the middle with Christian. We hit with Robert Hunt. Trying to think of any other hits. That might be it. That might be hit. That's 4 hits in the last, couple of years, but those are some hits, so we ain't absolutely bad off in the draft. I'm not adding Phillips into that yet. Let's be honest, Dolphin fans. See, again, we about to start a conversation that's going to get me in trouble. Let's just be honest. Phillips ain't hit yet. He's a great talent. He's a good player, but he ain't hit yet. We need more. We need more. I mean, if Phillips did what he doing now for 20 years, he ain't going to no Hall of Fame. He won't ever make a Pro Bowl. So to say a guy hit, Phillips done played 2 years. Let's take them 2 years and multiply them by 10. 20-year career, he ain't making no Hall of Fame, and he probably will never have a Pro Bowl appearance with what he's done in the last 2 years. So let's stop saying we hit. I'm hoping that we will hit, but we ain't hit yet. We just believe we've hit because we automatically going to inflate a Dolphin. And I'm going to be honest, I'll be allowing y'all to do that crap. When it come to Jalen Phillips, I be allowing y'all. When I hear y'all, oh, Phillips, and then I'll be like, okay. But let's just be honest. He ain't did nothing in this league yet. He ain't been nothing in this league yet. He ain't. So anybody that think we hit on him, if he gave us the same production for the next 18 years, that's a loss. He'll never make a Pro Bowl for 20-year career if he do the same thing he did the first 2. So let's stop inflating the value of these players just because they Dolphins. Now, we believe he going to be a hit. Now, that's fine because I'm hoping that he takes that next step too, like Christian did. Because Christian was questionable just like Phillips the first 2 years. That's not front on him either. Christian Wilkins' first 2 years, so far he ain't hit. But year 3, Christian came through. Year 4, even more. But Jalen Phillips, he ain't hit yet. Good player, though. He's still a good player. But let's not say he hit. First round pick, no, Pro Bowlers are a hit. First round, okay? Pro Bowlers are a hit. And it's going to be hard to be a Pro Bowler at that position. He got to triple his production. Holland, on the fence as well. I mean, better of a hit than Phillips, but I mean, y'all, this is just my honesty, man. This is my raw honesty where I'm at with it. This is going to be Holland's deciding year right here. This is going to be his year right here. This is going to be the year that decides Javon Holland. This is going to be the deciding year. Once again, we get enamored at players as Dolphin fans. Like Holland under Flores used him to be loose around everywhere at the line of scrimmage, coming at quarterbacks, making them hits, making them fumble. We fall in love with that because his name's being called and he's making plays. But as a traditional safety, which he's about to have to be a lot more in the Fangio system, playing zone, we're about to find out. We're about to find out. We're about to find out. Because if y'all end up this year, man, come on, man. Where's Holland, man? He ain't been doing nothing, man. Where's Holland? He need to make a play for us. Dang, the tight end caught it and Holland hit him afterwards. Just wasn't there. We were in the vicinity. You know, that's when you're just a primary cover guy. You either that dude or you're not. But I've seen some intangibles from Holland and certain things in the cover in the secondary that makes me believe he's going to be a solidified hit. We just got to see him do it this year. I believe in Holland. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little nervous about Jalen Phillips. Feel like he got the motor and he gonna always be at it, but I don't know if he's gonna be that guy that just always comes short. And it's that type of guy where 4 games, he keeps missing, but then the 5th game, he gets the strip sack, fumble, and all, just like X. You could not be productive and lose on some plays, and then the big play is a turnover or something that's changing the game, and now all of a sudden all is forgiven. But to me, you hit when you make noise in every game. Every game you are forced to be reckoned with. That's a hit. Just my belief on that. Time always tells, though, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to be honest with you. I am optimistic about Cam Smith. I think that he can be that guy, but time got to tell. And I'm very optimistic because he got that dog in him. It's Noah against the Steelers, TD. Nah, ain't nothing helping Noah hit at this point. No. TD, remember Flores last year? We played traditional coverage defense and Holland was just average. Well, no, I know that. And I've always told y'all, if you got to play that traditional defense, how good are some of these guys? But unfortunately, when you look at all the guys Flores brought in for this D, they were so scheme specific that if you put them in a basic cover 2, 7 out of the 11 guys don't look good. And I'm probably being generous. The personnel that we've had over the last few years, just put them in a traditional cover 2. 7, 8, or 9 of these guys don't even ain't even they not even that good. They ain't bad, but they ain't what we look at them as now. They're not. The team that we compiled on defense, all of them were scheme specific. You can't tell me a single player that didn't get off. Think about it. Christian Wilkins was making plays, Zyler making plays, Van Ginkel making plays, Ogba making plays, Brandon Jones making plays, Holland making plays, even Jerome Baker up the middle was making plays. X making plays, all the corners making plays, everybody making plays because it was scheme specific. If 5 people are on the O-line to block and you put 7 on that line, O-line has no clue who to block. When it's 7 on the D-line and it's 5 O-linemen, they have no clue. And do you understand what having no clue who to block does to you? It basically says, now I have to wait for the hike, identify who's the closest, take that guy on. So now you got to process before you go. When you put 5 on the D-line, now you can say, okay, I'm reading the D-line. That's my assignment. You could already pick. And if that guy does a stunt, you already know if he does that, that's my assignment. But if he does that, then that's my assignment. Now, hey, hike, bam, you go to work. But in our scheme, that's why it was always one free rusher to the quarterback. And all of them free rushes to the quarterback didn't do nothing but make these players look better and better and better. Tell me, what in the heck do you remember Brandon Jones doing in the secondary? Absolutely nothing. But you know he was getting in that box, blitzing, hitting the quarterback, getting at it, making us like Brandon Jones solid. Yeah, I know. At least I saw Javon Holland do a little more in the secondary than Brandon Jones. But we also had him in the box going after the quarterback, and he was getting there, strip fumbles, and all this and that. And it made us love him that much more. But just as a defender back there, they aren't as great as we elevate them to be. They was very scheme specific. And you know where we find that the most? The defensive line. We ain't got a organic pass rusher to save our life. Maybe that's what we want Chubb to be. But we don't have an organic pass rusher to save our life. And we just sitting here thinking we do. Only reason them defensive ends and them pass rushers was getting up at it because, again, 7 on the line, so you guaranteed a one-on-one in a worst-case scenario. Ain't no double teams happening when you got 7 on the line, even when you back some of them out. You get that instant one-on-one or you get a free rush to the quarterback. Ogba benefited from it, but what happened when we didn't do all that zero blitzing last year early in the season? Ogba played 9 games and looked like a bum, and that's a fact. I don't care what kind of injury he was laboring. I don't want to hear it no more. Looked like a bum. Paid him all that money and ain't play like he was making $4 million. I just call it what it is. Only argument I got on that, TD, is that I trust Fangio a lot more than I trust Boyer. Yeah, I'm with that, but at the same token, it's still scheme specific. I wouldn't have had no faith in Fangio if they didn't make these moves they just made. You give Fangio all 11 of the defenders from last year. I keep trying to tell y'all we are not going to be a great defense. But you see what they doing, and they know they won't be a great defense if Fangio had the same unit. So what have they done so far? They done went and got a starting linebacker. They went and got a starting corner that fits the system. They went and got a starting safety that fits the system. And now they added another corner that fits the system. Potentially 4 guys that eventually they want to start already in one offseason. They already know this, and this is what I've been trying to tell y'all. This personnel is not built for Fangio's system. And now this man comes in and already gets 4 players to fit the system. Starters. Day 1, he gets 4. So they knew already these guys don't fit the system. They already knew. And this is what I've been telling y'all. No, that's not absolutely true. Fangio can make them fix the system. If he could make them fix the system, we wouldn't have got all 4 of these players. When you really think about it, this is technically an overhaul. 4 key players already in the first offseason of bringing the D coordinator in. That's what you call an overhaul. 4, not 2, and next year we'll continue to evaluate it. 4. And the only reason it ain't more because the contracts we got. You can't get off everybody. That's why I was a shock that we got another corner, because they know. And they know. And all exactly, I just read you, Lansing, and all 4 players are dogs. All 4 of them are dogs. So they understand. That's what, and this is what's giving me more confidence in the defense. This is why 3 weeks ago, I wasn't that high on the defense. I'm like, yeah, but y'all got to give Fangio time. We're not going to be ready until next year on the defense. But that's aggressive. 4 starting caliber players right away. Now I have a lot of optimism with the defense. I have a lot of optimism. And I'm glad they saw exactly what I saw. People want to think we could have just went in with the same stuff. I'm so glad they saw what I saw. Because truth be told, Brandon Jones might have got exposed real bad this year. Thank God we went and got Elliott. Perfect fit for Fangio's system. Jerome Baker, who? Man, y'all better be so thankful of the linebacker that we got from Tennessee in this system. And Ramsey, man, that's the big fish for this system because he could do it all. He's going to be the one that allows Fangio's system to be very exotic of disguising, because they might move Ramsey around a lot more than y'all think. He may not just be on the boundary the whole time. Imagine if Ramsey might sit like do some. They're gonna do some real creative schemes of putting him at safety too. I believe. Just something that I believe. Because Fangio talk about these new defensive schemes. I could see it because Ramsey is the ultimate guy in the NFL at the position. Y'all need to understand that. He does it all. So where we're winning big is on defense, and I like it. And that's going to be our saving grace because I don't care what none of y'all say. I personally do not believe our offense is going to be as productive as it was last year when we were at our best. I don't. The limitations that we have with specific players, the league is starting to figure out how to scheme for it a little bit better. Are we still going to put up some points and make some plays? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because when you got players like Tyreek Hill that can make a bad play into a great one, you're still going to always put up some numbers. But I personally don't believe that on any given Sunday that we're always going to be throwing around 30 like we were doing sometimes this year. It's going to get rougher on offense, and other teams are getting better on defense. We have a tougher schedule, and we got pass rushes that's coming our way. And then we got to, even on top of that, just hope that our guy can stay alive. And I'm going to go a little step further. There ain't a high probability that Tua's playing 17 games. We all hope he does. But what's even sadder about all of this, there ain't even a high probability that Mike White is going to play all the games he's supposed to replace him for. You see what happened with the Jets last year? Mike White had to come in. He got beat up. This is why that Brady talk stuff is actually realer than people think. It's a lot realer than people think. Broken ribs against Buffalo, yeah. So we'll see. Tawan Wilkerson, TD, our offense is very unstable. We are a Armstead and Tyreek injury away from having a trash offense. Listen to me, people. Do not speak on this channel about Tyreek Hill getting hurt. I don't want that jinx energy coming from over here because I know it's all over if Tyreek got hurt. I don't care what nobody say. It's over. It's over. I'm going to look for it, Samaj. Salute to you, homie. Tyreek get hurt. It's over. TD, I love you, but you are 100% wrong about Jalen. Yeah, I could be, bro. I ain't gonna knock that, you know. And let me get something straight though. I like Jalen Phillips. I just want a little bit more. Okay. I just want a little more. And I like Jalen Phillips, and he could end up being. I'm just saying. I don't want to debate about Jalen Phillips. It's 2 years in. That's why I don't really had a conversation much about him. This year is important for him. Let's just put it like that. This is everything. This year is very important for him. All right. How? LOL. So 7 sacks tells you he's there. No. Again. I mean, it's more than just sacks, though. You know, the pressures, he does get some pressures and things of that nature. I just personally feel like he can be better. right? And that's all I'm saying. I think this is what it is. He's fine as a player right now. But knowing where I think his ceiling is, I want more. Because you ain't at your ceiling. You ain't at your ceiling. You have the potential to be a dog, but there's this one more gear that he got to tap into. And no, he is a dog, though. Jalen Phillips is a dog, but he got to bark. I'm trying to give you analogies here. He is a dog, but we need him to bark. No. He is barking. We need him to bite. He is barking. We just need him to bite. I don't care who it is, the mailman. We just need him to bite. So he is a dog. He already got his stamp. Jalen Phillips is a dog to me. And he's barking, but we need that bite to come, that next level. He ain't far. He's right there. That's the thing. And I can't accept that. I can't accept where he is right now, even if it's okay, even if it's good. I can't accept that because I know what he got in him. I know what he can be in this league. And y'all gonna get mad at me of this comp, but I need baby Jason Taylor. I think he could be. I ain't saying Jason Taylor, but I need baby Jason Taylor because I think he could be that productive in this league. I think he could be that great, and he ain't that yet. So that's why I'm a little, maybe I'm being a little harsh on him because I want him to be that. I want him to be what I think he could actually be. She said he'll never be that. And maybe not, but there's something about him that makes me feel like he could. It's just that one more gear that's just relentless. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I've studied a lot of his film, and this is what I don't like about Phillips. He has the motor, but some plays he's a little too passive for me. But I'm hoping it was just scheme based. Like some plays, they'll hike the ball. He'll be doing what's known as a bull rush, but he won't be bull rushing. You know, he's waiting for his opportunity to say, let me go, versus just getting off right away. Just getting off right away. You know, it's give and take, because then there's plays he's getting off right away. So maybe it's the consistency of it, but it also could be the scheme. Maybe he has the running back assignment, and he's just looking, making sure he don't creep out before he go. I don't know, you know. So Fangio, let's see how he does in this system, because this system, he has to be great. This system, there ain't no hiding for none of them. In Fangio's system, there will be no hiding. Ballers gon' ball. In Fangio's system, you will know who's worthy and who's not. You'll know who is and who's not. So that's why I don't want to really talk much on Phillips. Third year, this is the year we can start having a real conversation on if he that dude or not, for real, for real. TD, why do I feel like we're all about glitz and glamour with no substance? Well, Dolphin fans need to come to this realization as well and give the team a little bit of grace. When I say this, the one detriment that this team is dealing with right now that nobody talks about is that we're in the middle of two cultures, in two schemes, in two philosophies. Flores didn't need dogs. Flores needed guys with good hands, good feet, good eyes. Vic Fangio and Mike McDaniel want dogs. Flores didn't need dogs. He needed players with good hands, good feet, good eyes. And he's going to let the scheme win. That's the Patriot way. It's not so much about the individual player. Good hands, good feet, good eyes. Be where you're supposed to be. Do your job. Let's let the scheme win. Mike McDaniel and Fangio at least understands we need dogs, we need talent, and execute the game plan. It's a different philosophy. It's a different personnel. Some teams are built different than others. Byron and X were dogs under Flow. Yeah, I mean, but they were already solidified dogs before he was there. I mean, as far as their playability, these guys didn't get better under Flow. Byron didn't get better under Flow. X didn't get better under Flow. They were what they were. I'm talking about the people that Flo selected, the people Flo brought in, the people he wanted to, the vision he had for the defense, the people he wanted to bring in to execute it. He didn't need dogs. He wanted people with good eyes, good hands, good feet. So we're stuck in the middle of two philosophies, two different personnel, and what McDaniel and Fangio is going to do over the next 2 to 3 years, if this all works, they're going to phase out the good eyes, good hand, good feet guys. Not like that's a problem, but there will be a prerequisite of completing Dog Academy. They're going to make sure of that. And that ain't to say one way works more than the other. One of the things that also hurt Flores is his entire tenure here in Miami was riddled with injuries. Did we ever really see a full complement of this team under Brian Flores? No. We haven't seen a full complement of this team under McDaniel either after the first year. And you'll never see a full complement, but we had too many injuries at the biggest positions you can have and the biggest players you can have. So that's why I really don't like comparing the Flores regime with the Mike McDaniel regime, other than the fact that I expected more. I expected us to have more success than we did with our predecessors. Because if Brian Flores was coaching the Dolphins this year, I think we would have still made the playoffs as well. And matter of fact, his record was good enough both years, all the years he was here, except the first one, of course, it wouldn't be. But those other 2 years, the record was good enough to make the playoffs if it was last year. So that's one of the fundamental issues that we're dealing with as a team right now. We got two sets of players that are not complementary to each other, of a perfect makeup. There was just a handful of dogs already. I mean, not really. We ain't got many dogs. We ain't had many dogs. But, at least there was some that were left over, like Phillips, Wilkins, and stuff like that. All right. But they're working through it, and what I love is that they're being aggressive through it. They're not only working through it, they're being aggressive to it. I'm going to tell you now, I couldn't have imagined that in the first offseason before we played a single game with Fangio, we would have already gotten 4 players that are starter caliber. I would have never imagined that. That's why my take was very firm on, I don't think this defense is going to make the strides y'all think this year. And now I am a total flip-flop on that because I never imagined 4 potential starting caliber players to be added on this team because too many people were already solidified. Y'all already know that. If we never brought in Elliott, everybody and their mama would be sitting here just fine with Brandon Jones. Even though I personally don't know if he's the perfect fit under Fangio's system. We wouldn't have been saying a word. I would, but, I wouldn't have talked much about it because it was what it was. But we wouldn't have said a word. If we didn't go get Jalen Ramsey, we honestly wouldn't have said a word. Would have been because we were already talking. Hey, I think Trill, Kohu, or Crozen, one of them can step up in that role for Byron. We were already talking that way. And then when we would have drafted the corner, then we would have been excited. Like, yeah, we needed that. He might even be the starter. That's what we would have been saying. That's exactly what we would have been saying. And the only thing that we wanted and expected in the defense that we did was getting a real aggressive true linebacker. It's the one thing that we were all like, yes, that's what we needed to do, and we did it. Everything else, nobody saw it coming. It was all like, wow. So I'm very up on the defense right now. I'm really high on our defense right now because I didn't know that we were going to make the changes we made so soon. I thought next year was going to be the actual true overhaul, but I love it. Okay. Samaj said, TD, should I send through YouTube or Cash App? Send money. I mean, always Cash App is always the preferred, bro, because YouTube gonna take 40% of whatever you showing love with. All right. So Cash App is always preferred. Anytime anybody donate, it's always preferred Cash App. But if you got a message to send on screen, send it via the super chat if you want, because I'm not consistent checking my Cash App during a stream to read comments. So if you're just trying to show love and get me some Cash App. If you're trying to send a message and show love, do the super chat. All right. Appreciate the love and support, by the way. And thanks. Hey, a lot of people have been showing a lot of love lately because they took the monetization away, but they didn't take the live stream ability away, which is shocking because they're supposed to do both. When you get copyright strikes and you get the 3, they take away your live stream and they demonetize you. So they only did one, so I'm still able to deliver the product. So I'm grateful for that, and they allow the super chats to still come to me. So I'm grateful for that too. Just to add revenue for the videos and stuff. They like, hey, you don't pause until it's like 3 months of no more violations, or one of them will fall off in like a month or something like that. So I should be back in no less, hopefully no less than a month, but we'll see. What's the Cash App handle? Everything with me is TDPHINSTALK. $, TDPHINSTALK. That's the Cash App handle. I'll start putting it up on streams. I just don't like when people be like, oh, you begging for money and all that. So I don't usually put it up, but I start putting it up. There it is. It's on the banner at the bottom of the screen. So if you want to show love via the Cash App, there you go. And again, I'm grateful and appreciative of everybody that shows love that way, but that ain't the end all be, man. Those who can't show love that way, I don't want you to take this as if I'm asking anybody for money. Hit that like button, and I'm just as appreciative. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. I'm just as appreciative because supporting this channel by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel, y'all are sending money too. I need y'all to understand that this is why I'm big on that like button, because when a sponsor comes and say, hey, send me your analytics, and my channel engagement is 98 and 99%, it's so high, the like button and all of that, when my statistics are so high, when my live streams are very interactive because they got a rate with comments and all that too, which shows a high interaction rate. When they see that, they're like, hey man, we want to send you this every month for you to promote this. So all of it helps the channel. All right. And it's been quite a blessing how y'all have carried this channel in your support by hitting the like button, subscribing, and letting other people know about it as well, man. Y'all have truly made everything we do over here a blessing for me and my family, honestly. So I'm grateful, humbled, and I know I get on some people's nerves, man. I know that I be making some people mad, but all of y'all that still stick with me and rock with me, even when you disagree, salute to you. because we ain't supposed to agree about everything. But those people that get in their feelings about it, I'm never going to apologize about saying, oh, well, and because there's just something I've never been able to rock with, people that take things personal that ain't meant to be personal. And then I literally on camera say it ain't personal. It's just what I believe. But you hate me so much because of that? You hate me so much because of it? No, I just can't. Shout out to the homie T Rich. Perfect example. And he's sending love. Perfect example. See, this is what I'm talking about. Is a top 5 to 10 defense underachieving? I'll answer that in a second, but I got to say something about T Rich. Ain't no bigger to and near than T Rich, because at least he got the gusto to admit I am a full-blown to and near. And that's what I respect more than anything. I want Tua to succeed more than the Dolphins. And he know my takes on Tua. But is he taking it personal? Is he taking what another grown man believes personal? He just sent $10. He just sent $10. You think he taking it personal? And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I rock with. Not these people that gotta, threaten my 6-month-old baby because I have a non-optimistic outlook on Tua. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I jab at them people intentionally because I don't want them over here anyway. Yeah, I could have 70,000 subs right now. I get this, that, and this. I don't want them around me. Anybody who can't respect other people's opinions, you ain't got to agree with them. I don't want them around me. So, yeah, I antagonize or I poke the bear here and there because I want you so mad at me that you don't ever come back. But the real viewers, they know that. I don't want them around me because I done got too many nasty things in my inboxes and my emails and all kind of stuff. And there's too many nasty people out here. But it's crossing the line, threatening people's 6-month-old child and stuff. Sickening. All right. But to answer your question, is a top 5 to 10 defense underachieving? It depends on, I mean, T Rich, that's a loaded question because it depends on what you need from that defense. Like, say your offense is just absolute trash and you have none. And your defense is ranked number 8th, right? And you go make moves to make the defense even better to help carry the team, but you end up 10th. Yes, underachieving. Yes, underachieving. It just depends on what your expectation of that defense is. If your expectation is to have the best defense in the league and you end up with the 7th best, it's underachieving because different teams build their team with different outlooks. Some teams say, I want to be led by the defense. We want the defense to lead the way. Because let me tell you why. Look at the historical teams that won Super Bowls off of the defense. Historical defense, number 1 overall defense, right? And they won a Super Bowl. If that defense was number 8th, we wouldn't have been able to say they underachieved, but that's why they didn't win the Super Bowl, because they built it to be number 1. So it could be underachieving, but we'll never say that it's a top 10, But how much did you invest in it? How much did you put in it? If the salary cap is $200 million and you put $130 million in the defense and only $70 million in offense, I don't want 5 to 10. I want top 3. I want top 3. So that answer largely varies on the outlook of the team and the composite of the team. Because let me put it like this. What if you got the best player at every position on defense, 1 through 11? Did they underachieve if they were ranked 10th in the NFL? You see what I'm saying? You got Aaron Darnold. You got, the best at every position on the defense. And at the end of the season, they were ranked number 10th. Did they underachieve? So, yes, it's possible for a top 5 to 10 team to underachieve. It is possible. But, in just typical terms of football, basic level, 5 to 10 is always fine. 5 to 10 is always fine. Let me see. Give me a second. I think somebody else said something. Bone said I was the only one happy last night and got my running back. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. And I was the only one happy last night and got my running back. That's what's up, man. A lot of people can't say the same thing, but it's a good feeling when you want a player and you get them. Now you get to follow their career and hope that it turns out the way that you want it to go. So I hope so. Y'all already know what time it is. We hope so. So we'll just sit back, watch these guys grow, and see if it happens. The wife said, "Who threatened my baby?" Oh, Lord. We'll get on it later. Hold on, man. Dolphin fans talking value pick. There are no value picks for a 500 team. Only legit contenders. Boy, the haters have entered the building. Appreciate you, Bones. I don't know why I keep saying that. Bones, bone ass. Flipside Fishing say he picked him too. But they glad we got him. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that pick a little later today. Hold on, y'all. All right, my bad. I just had to send my wife something. TD done opened up a big can of worms. Oh boy. Yeah. His defense needs another linebacker and an interior lineman. I'm all for the linebacker, Marcus, and I agree. That's the one position everybody ignores so much because I'm going to tell you now, people probably can't even name our linebacking core of who going to be where right now. Most people don't even talk about the linebackers. Who going to play where? Is Channing Tindall even going to start this year and get a shape? Nobody talks about the linebacking core. Nobody. In these later rounds, I like looking for a defensive tackle in these later rounds. Our 6th round pick, it would be nice to see the Dolphins get a defensive tackle that's just massive if they can find one of those guys. And it ain't a guarantee, but if you could develop one of those massive defensive tackles, in the 6th round is where you take those type of shots, Other than that, the 6th round pick likely ain't playing. But they can shock everybody, but they ain't likely playing. Like literally one of the only positions where you might be able to find some value that can actually come in and help your team right away is like defensive tackles, just going after that massive guy. He's huge, raw, but we need to develop him, but he's huge. That's like where you get your size and see if you can bring in a player. Yeah, in my opinion, at least. But anyway, man, we're over an hour on this, man. I'm about to get up out of here. I got some stuff to do with the family. At some point today, we're gonna meet our running back. I'm gonna give you my true in-depth thoughts about that pickup and what it means for the team, short term, long term. all together. And you know what it means in the running back room. Is Dalvin Cook still in play? Is this something that definitely alters it, or are we still a go? So we shall see. Well, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it later, okay? But again, thank y'all for rocking with me. Concerned Citizen said, I've been watching TD ever since he started this. I consider him fam, regardless if we think the same. God bless. Stay safe. I appreciate y'all, man. I already know I got a group of people a large group of people that are rooted in this channel and want to see the success of it. So I'm grateful. And again, I don't know how to say it enough. That's why sometimes I don't even want to say it, because I'll be just saying it every 5 seconds. But I am humbled by the support that I do get on this channel by each and every one of you. And again, it ain't always just monetarily, which is always greatly appreciated, because I got goals and aspirations. Okay. But hitting the like button, sharing the videos, letting your friends and family members know about the channel, it's always appreciated. We're literally at 24,880 subs. We are 120 away from 25,000. We're 120 subs away from 25,000. So if you know anybody that's a Dolphin fan, send them the link, tell them to subscribe. I want to see if we can get to 25,000 by May 21st, because that's the 5-year anniversary. 25,000 in 5 years. Only y'all can help me get there. I'll keep delivering the content, but if you can help by sharing the video, letting your friends and family members that are Dolphin fans know about the channel. I really want to get to 25K on the anniversary episode. So I really do. That's a goal of mine. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. 2 years ago, I was like, in 5 years, I want to try to get to like 17,000. That was my original goal. But I got aggressive, and I said, I'm going to push the limits because we're going so fast. I want to get to 23, and we shattered that. And I gave another proclamation like 4 months ago, maybe 25 it is. So try to help us get there. 25K. All right. All right. Thank y'all so much. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Go love on your family. Go kiss on your families. All right. Peace. I am out. Love y'all.